Stephen McDonnell. The new strain of coronavirus is believed to have originated at a market in Wuhan. Now, it's important to show you, I think, the position of the city in the centre of China's high-speed passenger train network. That's one of the major reasons that the virus has been able to spread so quickly. Wuhan is also one of the largest intermediate ports along China's Yangtze River, with ships connecting the city to Shanghai and to Chongqing. The river is more than 6,000 kilometres long. It's used to ship food, products and for public transport. So we really are talking about a nerve centre here. Let's get more from our China media analyst, Kerry Allen. You know Wuhan well.
I do, yes. So, I mean, Wuhan is where a lot of planes change. So, I mean, I've been before. I used to live in Shanghai, and if I wanted to get out to the west of China, you change in Wuhan and vice versa. So it's common for people to pass through there. Same with trains as well. And as you mentioned, boats. It's a huge area that a lot of people pass through.
So actually the closing down of transport systems is a major headache for a lot of people, but also it means that a lot of people have already passed through an area where the virus could be active.
Of course, absolutely, yes. And the disruptions are obvious today in the city. There have been reporters within Wuhan who've been going to train stations and just chaos. People arriving, they were hoping to travel to different areas and saying that they weren't aware that train networks have suddenly been suspended everywhere else as well. We've also seen footage on social media of cars arriving at tolling booths and finding out that they've got to turn around. So yeah, they're absolutely stranded, and there's not a lot of choice for, say, diverting, for example, because other regions are also affected by this, so they're quickly stepping up precautions.
I want to come back to you, Kerry, but something I do want to bring in is wearing masks, because it's a natural response. A lot of people are trying to do this. I was talking about this a little earlier here on Impact to Dr. Natalie McDermott, who's a clinical lecturer at King's College here in London. She was involved as well in fighting the outbreak of the Ebola virus. She risked her life to go to Liberia for months at a time. I talked to her about whether wearing a mask can make a difference.
I think if someone is unwell and they wear a mask, that potentially protects the other people around them, because when they cough or sneeze, they're not coughing or sneezing into their hand, and it's limiting the spread. If you're not unwell, masks can be beneficial if you're wearing the right type. But if you wear a very flimsy mask, it doesn't work very well, because as you breathe in and out, it becomes moist. And then essentially, if someone coughs, the virus might stick to the outside of the mask and potentially expose you more.
Kerry, people are wearing masks, aren't they?
They are, yeah. That's the dominant image today for people wanting to know more about what's actually happening in Wuhan. So much, in fact, that actually presenters doing news bulletins on TV are wearing masks themselves, and these have been going viral. And people are mass buying them online, to the extent that e-commerce platforms like Taobao, which is, say, the equivalent of eBay in China, are actually telling companies that they'll be banned if they're hiking up prices, because they are in such high demand.
We've heard about the cancellation of a lot of the mass festivities for the Chinese New Year, all sorts of things having to be put off or cancelled altogether.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Post at the moment as well in Wuhan, so people are experiencing problems. Yeah, they can't leave or enter the city, but also Post is being delayed because it doesn't want couriers to be
passing on the germs,
exactly, yeah, but also films. A number of films have been cancelled. I mean, this is the time of year where a lot of families come together, they sit down, they do activities together, and yeah, they like to go to the cinema. But suddenly lots of film productions are suddenly, well, films that were going to be released are suddenly being cancelled, because they don't want to be seen as promoting a lot of people coming together in a confined space.
Yeah, you had to rethink everything about daily life, really, especially at this time of year. Kerry, thanks very much for coming in. Thank you.